To our leaders, great defenders, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth, be ours forever, Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. Play steady show in the morning and in the evening too. We play steady show in the morning and in the evening too. Yeah. This is Leather. Welcome to the Steady Show. Like, share, and subscribe.
Greetings to everybody on a big up on yourself. One Steady Show is live again, family, on a big up on yourself. We have things to talk about today. Whole heap of things are going in a Jamaica family. Yes, and for those who are just checking in, remember you are tuned into the Steady Show, and we do it live and in living color. So we can bless the people that are getting, because we are changing, we are nice up the thing look a bit, you know. Play Steady Show in the morning and in the evening too. We play Steady Show in the morning and in the evening too. Yeah. Big up Leather for that one. Leather. Welcome to the Steady Show.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Big up to Miguel B. Big up to MDL in the building. Big up same way. You understand me? Big up to Shirley. You understand me? Somebody said blessed love. So family, let's go and talk. So first of all, I need to say this, that in addition to the news that we're here to talk about today is the fact that Jolyan Silvera has pleaded guilty to manslaughter. That's what he's instructed his attorneys to do, to plead to the lesser crime. And we know that manslaughter carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. Unlike if it's a matter that, you know, it's murder or murder, then it carries, I believe, a minimum sentence of 50 years or so. So it's very, very interesting that the case has taken this turn. Now, I notice, you understand me, I put out the video this evening. Some of you've heard it already. And if you have not heard it, I can go ahead and play that news. But there is an update to that particular news. And what is that update? Because the DPP, just saw the news, an update a while ago on Nationwide. It's not yet available in audio. And we just got it before I started this show. But the DPP has not yet indicated that they will accept the plea, you understand me, for manslaughter. Very, very, very critical to the entire case that we're trying to look at right now. The DPP has not yet accepted it. So right now, we are still at the place where the man has, you know, he has asked his attorneys to enter a plea of guilty of manslaughter. And as we know, a lot of people are not really happy about that. A lot of people believe that more needs to come out of this situation. You know, after the man committed such an egregious crime, many people are of the view that Mr. Jolyan Silvera must be charged for murder. I actually did put a survey in the community tab, and we have not had as strong a participation as we would have wanted, but over 100 individuals have already responded. So please go into the post tab on the show and look for it's It's the most recent post in the post tab, right? The question is asked, former PNP MP Jolyan Silvera has opted to plead guilty to manslaughter in the death of his wife, Melissa Silvera. Why do you think he chose to plead guilty to the lesser crime at this point? I'm seeing 21 active right now. I'm only seeing 4 likes. Go ahead and hit me with some likes. Let the video go out so more Jamaicans can know and get to participate in the conversation. It's possible that I will make the phone lines available for anybody that wants to share some thoughts on this as well. But let's go ahead and look at it. I see Melbourne in the building. Big up yourself, same way, Melbourne. MDL, bigging up everybody same way. So go ahead and hit the like button, because that's one way to tell the algorithms that you appreciate the content, and the algorithms will send out the content to other people, right? So we ask, why do you think he chose to plead guilty to the lesser, to the lesser crime? 71% say, murder was likely to be proven. That's the reason why he did it. Hit the like button, right? So that's the highest that we have. Naturally, 13% say to stop embarrassing the PNP. And I think that's a valid point, because we know that Mark Golden, and the first thing that they did, they ran ahead and they said that this was a matter of aneurysm. That is how she passed on. But when they did subsequent forensics, it proved that the egregious crime was committed, where she died of bullet wounds, and the imaginable, and in a very unimaginable way too, right? So that was through her vagina. So that was very cruel. So one of the questions we have to ask, is the man plead guilty and we show him a cry on the thumbnail. But is Jolyan Silvera a coward for pleading guilty to manslaughter instead of answering in a trial? You understand me? To what has happened, right? Do you believe that he's a coward? Go ahead and put it in the chat if you believe he's a coward, right? So the next answer we have is that somebody says, 8% say he's feeling guilty for his action, or maybe he's feeling bad because of the consequences that will follow his actions. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, folks, as we talk on the show tonight. I'm only seeing 9 likes. We're doing good for the amount of people that are in here. So let us continue to do it, all right? Somebody say he's a coward. Thank you very much. Anybody else believe he's a coward for going that route? That's what they say. I also have other as the next option. Make sure you hit the like button. So the next thing is that some folks, they have some comments about it, and I want to read it. It's not a whole lot, but I want to read it because people all over the place have things to say about this, whether Facebook, whether TikTok, whether IG, YouTube. This is the hot topic of the day, right? So somebody say, this man is trying to avoid a trial which will expose a lot of what is being covered up. Example, who cleaned up the blood and changed her clothes to make it appear she died in her sleep? I think that's a brilliant question. You understand me? So that's what one person has to say about that. Let us see what else we have. We also have the man and his lawyers would be taking the entire country for fools to believe that the incident was manslaughter unless they have changed the terminology to mean something else. Interesting comment right there. Somebody say, there is no master stroke in this. He will be tried for murder. Some idiot has given that idea that it's to avoid involving others it will not work. He has been charged with MURDER, and that will not change. So this person feels very, very strongly about the situation. MDL saying he's a coward, same way. Black Obsidian is saying he has to be afraid of what investigators have discovered at the scene of the crime. He knows this is his best opportunity to get minimum possible sentence. I also agree with that. Somebody said master stroke if accepted, which I think they won't. So one key thing to this news that broke today, or this developing story, is the fact that the DPP has not yet decided whether they will accept this. So for us now, we can speculate, or we can talk about, what happened and how egregious it was, but we will not know what the DPP will be asking for, and if they will be able to satisfy what the DPP would deem as sufficient to determine, if this goes to trial, or if they accept the manslaughter guilty plea. So very, very interesting what's going on in the news right now. So folks, know, as much as we have our feelings and our thoughts about it, this will have to go through the normal processes. And as you can see, the man go get a well-known lawyer over the years, Peter Champagny and Miss Bailey, right? So he is armed with great attorneys, and whether we like it or not, a lot of times these matters are matters that are seriously being discussed behind the scenes with people who are in positions to make decisions and so on. And so you may find that, based on such consideration, he never just thought it up and then decide that he was going to plead guilty. As a matter of fact, I believe it's the ballistic evidence that's available. You understand me? And everything that him believes said this is the way to go. So we said last week that the DPP is doing a great job. Noel Maitland found guilty, right? And this PNP, the head of the police association, the DPP, has also referred that he be charged for larceny and that other charge, fraudulent conversion. So one thing we know for sure is that these players are very much aware that they are dealing with a DPP who's quite serious. And if I should go by my own thinking and by the sentiments of the people in Jamaica, we believe that it should not be a matter of manslaughter. However, it's very important that, the prosecution weighs the evidence and looks seriously as to whether, MURDER can be considered. Because if it cannot be considered, then it might make sense to go the manslaughter route, right? But that's just us speculating at this point. He's submitted the information, but we don't know what the DPP will return. What do you think the DPP will return? Do you think the DPP will accept the plea, the guilty plea for manslaughter, or do you think that the DPP will try to prove MURDER? Go ahead and take the survey in the chat right now. I'm seeing 63 individuals, right? And I'm only seeing 10 likes. I think we need more likes than that. So go ahead and hit the like button, folks, as we walk you through this particular exercise. What do you believe the DPP will return in this case? Go ahead and let us know right away. You are listening to the Steady Show live.
The Steady Show in the morning and in the evening too. We play Steady Show in the morning and in the evening too. Yeah.
All right.
This is Leather. Welcome to the the steady show.
Big up, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna give y'all a break so you can go ahead and do live so I can test out a few things here that I'm really liking. You understand me? Like, share, and subscribe, people. Don't be waiting. Do not be waiting, man. Like, share, and subscribe to the Steady Show. You're listening to the Steady Show. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's go, people. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. You understand me? I think I have one more thing I'm going to play while I wait for the people to hit the like button. You understand me? May I wait for no, hit the like button, people. Double tap your screen, hit the like button, and let's go, folks. 44 in here. Woke up this morning and I started on my way. Said to myself, everything's gonna be okay. Hit the like. Dawn, sun is shining through. I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Listening to Steady Show. What? Oh, tell them. All right. You're listening to Steady Show. What? Come on, folks. Listen. Hit the like button right now. You're listening to Steady Show. Steady Show. Steady Show. You gotta watch, share, subscribe. You're listening to the Steady Show. Steady Show. Steady Show. You're listening to the Steady Show. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, so let's get back to the chat right now. We just play. We look at dub plate. You understand me? Welcome and thanks for tuning in to the Steady Show. Thank you, MDL. So somebody's saying that, guilty plea for murder. He should be charged for MURDER. So I did ask a question. Again, it looks like we have a lot of PNPs watching tonight. Welcome, PNP. Good to have you as usual. Or maybe some people watch it via their television, their tablets. I don't know. But let us continue with the conversation. So we don't know what the DPP will say as yet. But, this is an egregious crime that has been committed by somebody that was a lawmaker. A lawmaker gone all the way to, dirting his wife in her sleep. I hope that they will make an example out of Mr. Silvera. That's honestly how I feel about it because, too often, especially for the orange side, we see things happen and it's like there is no accountability. As a matter of fact, I want to put two stories in one tonight, right? Earlier, I saw Kamina Johnson-Smith, and the news was saying that Mrs. Johnson-Smith, right? She had a problem with what? That 12-year sentence that was given to somebody that burned up them girlfriend. You understand me? The truth is that we have to find some ways to ensure that when people commit these kinds of crimes, right, that they really pay, because if you're not giving them heavy sentences or if they're not really paying heavily for what they've done, then they're not going to have no incentives to stop doing these things. I think it's a sad day when we're in a situation where where man feel like them can do things and get away with it, right? Just hire a good lawyer and come with some half-baked argument, and before you know it, people get off a case and so on. I think this is it. I don't know if there's any audio, but let me look at it. But that's what she said. If there's no audio, maybe I'll just read a paragraph or so. Is there any audio to this? All right, so there's no audio. So what we're seeing here is that Foreign Affairs Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith has taken issue with the 12-year sentence handed to the man found guilty of setting his ex-girlfriend Alicia King on fire. Antoine Badfall Gray doused King with a flammable liquid before setting her ablaze as she slept at her home in Linstead, St. Catherine in August 2023. Last week, Gray received a 12-year sentence after pleading guilty to the crime. Minister Johnson Smith says she's not the only one who believes the country's the sentencing guidelines are overdue for review. I clap her for that. I agree. Do you think that there needs to be an overhaul of the sentencing guidelines in Jamaica? There seems to be. There should be no way. Like, what incentive is there for people to stop doing this kind of wickedness to people if, when they do such egregious crimes, they're let off the hook? Right? And this is not about who support which party or anything like that. This is just looking at, what's happening in a Jamaica. And thanks be to God, we're seeing where, they're curtailing these crimes under the JLP government. But we need to see a change in terms of the sentencing that's handed down to people for these things. It just don't look good, man. Let's hear what the people are saying right now. Right? He should be charged for MURDER. Somebody said, welcome to the Steady Show. Thanks for joining. You understand me? Yes, we appreciate everybody that joins the show. Leone says he admitted to the murder, so he will be having holidays. You mean he admitted to manslaughter? That's what it is, right? That's what we know he has admitted to, right? Please press the thumbs up. We're talking to them whenever we gather, and it's such a difficult time to tell people just to double tap your screen, folks. Double tap your screen. It will register as a like. If it is that, you're not doing it, then we know something is off. I'm starting to think that YouTube has put me under a shadow ban. I've been noticing that. I've been noticing how my last few videos have been trending, right? So a shadow ban means to say, when you violate or you call the words that you're not supposed to call, like the one that I'm spelling a while ago, right? So it could be any of those things, but it seems to be that I'm under some kind of a shadow ban. But hey, that's okay. We are still going to talk the truth. My commitment from day one was, it doesn't matter if a one person show up, we're still going to have that conversation, right? So we don't know what the DPP is going to say as yet. That's a very key update. So we will be in waiting. I believe it's tomorrow they're going back to court. The news that I looked at, the news did say going back to court on Tuesday. Let me see if we... So if anybody has that update, you can let me know if it's tomorrow, Tuesday, right? That they'll be going back to court, or is next Tuesday or some other date. But we know that we have that is coming up. So while we talk about this, it will be very interesting to find out what Mr. Mark Golden has to say about this. Yeah? Because Mr. Mark Golden I believe he did come out and say that, she passed on in her sleep. And after the truth came out, we have not received any kind of apology or update from the opposition leader. I remember this was the opposition leader's umbrella man. Let us not even talk about all the people who made it to the scene. Let's talk about all the people who were involved in cleaning up the incident. Let's talk about who may be involved, why they could come up with something such as a brain aneurysm, right? Who were involved? It seems to me that they had professionals that were involved in this situation. Somebody say, to trial me say, life him forget. Very, very interesting. MDL is saying, you can also press the three dots at the upper right hand, upper right, then select the thumbs up. Thank you very much, MDL. Go ahead and do that, folks. I'm seeing we finally made it to 100. So it seems to me that the people they still have this thing on their mind. So listen to me. For those of you who are joining late, there is an update to this case. Yes, Mr. Jolyan Silvera has pled guilty to manslaughter so that he can get the lesser sentencing. You understand me? He has done that. However, we just saw an update from Nationwide less than an hour ago, and it has stated that the DPP has not yet accepted the plea for the lesser crime of manslaughter. So it's going to be up to the DPP to determine if, based on the evidence that they have, and I do know that they have, they have all kinds of evidence in this situation, ballistic evidence, forensic evidence, whatever evidence they have. If the DPP, and we spoke about the roles of the DPP last week, if the DPP looks at the case, right, not through the eyes of the JLP, not through the eyes of the PNP, but to look at what they found and, what this man is asking for. It's gonna be up to the DPP to decide if we should let him go ahead and plead guilty to manslaughter, and manslaughter has a maximum of 20 years. And remember, with a good lawyer, this also means that, he could escape the maximum of 20 years with a good lawyer. And we know he has a good lawyer in the person of Mr. Champini. Big up to Electra in the building. Somebody said, this is the PNP SYM criminal organization cover up, right? So remember, when you tamper with and you remove evidence, that is also a crime in and of itself. So if this goes to trial, this is going to be serious, because a lot of people will be called upon to testify. A lot of people will be called upon to testify as to what happened. And as we read earlier, somebody feels very strongly that, this now going to end up in a no man's slaughter. He will be charged. So for those who are coming in late, right? Somebody say he has decided to plead. 72% of the people that that took the poll in the post tab. Let me see if more individuals have done it. Let me go ahead and give you that information shortly. You understand me? I said to you, remember, you're listening to the Steady Show. You understand me? And this is where we try to be very precise. We try to be very, very accurate with our reporting. And for those who watch the show and those who are new, if you think we're doing a good job so far, you make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And that's what I'm telling you right now. You understand me? I said to you. So let's just look at the polls to see if we have any more. And remember, even while you're on the show, you still can hit the post tab and take the survey on this matter. I'm seeing 116. So far, the question is, former PNP NP Jolyan Silvera has opted to plead guilty to manslaughter in the death of his wife, Melissa Silvera. Why do you think he chose to plead guilty to the lesser crime at this point? So 116 individuals took the polls already. 70% says because he decided to plead guilty because he knows that murder was likely to be proven, or the evidence against him is too strong. When I hit the like button, no man, even if you don't like the poll, hit the like button and stop playing with me on the Steady Show tonight. You understand me? I'm seeing 107 present. I'm seeing 36 likes. Go ahead and double tap your screen. Get the likes up for me. Welcome, Lifestyle. Welcome to everybody that's just joining the show, right? So 14% say to stop embarrassing the PNP because enough people name been calling on this case, right? 14% believe that that's the reason he's pled guilty. Somebody says he's feeling the guilt of his action, 9%. More people believe that, right? And some people say other, right? And, people have different thoughts about this. So let's go ahead and hear what the people, they have to say right now. And I'll big up yourself, same way, big up to everybody that's here, all right? Big up to everybody that's here right now, right? So, again, Let me go with the update. The update on the case is that the DPP has not yet indicated whether they will accept this plea deal. Right? The DP is not a done deal yet. It doesn't mean that it has to go that way. So the man a problem. Put up some flame if you don't want him to go guilty. Come on, man. Green up the chat if you don't want them find him guilty of murder. Come on, put it in the chat now. Yeah. Come on now. If I'm guilty, you don't say. Type guilty right now. Guilty. Guilty. Green it up. Green it up.
All right. You're listening to Steady Show.
Green it up if I'm guilty, you don't say.
Okay.
I love it. Go ahead.
You're listening to Steady Show. Steady Show.
Green at the chat.
Show. You gotta watch, share, subscribe. You're listening to the Steady Show.
I like it.
Steady Show.
Green it up.
Steady Show. You're listening to the Steady Show. Like, share, and subscribe.
Steady Show got official, you know. And that too hard to do for no. You understand me? We can't go to one more to you know.
Steady Show, I'm not afraid, no.
Green on the chat.
Say I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, no. If them a come, make them come.
Go back to your dip on your arm. Go back for your dip on your arm.
The family's protected by the most.
Oh, yo! Green up the chat if you don't like the vibes tonight. So the people that must say guilty, everybody is saying guilty. No plea to no manslaughter. The people that must say guilty. Andal say guilty. Mr. Moz say trial all the way. Guilty. MDL say guilty. Valentina agreed up the chat. Trudel agreed up the chat. Everybody agreed up. Lifestyle said we want trial, and that we say right now. No king teething the Jamaican people them not in us. So listen to me. I like what this DPP has been doing, right? And because the DPP has been working, I hope that the DPP will make us feel very, very happy about what they decide to do and send this thing a trial. And that may I say.
Into the Steady Show. Like, share, and subscribe.
And that we are telling the right. No, you see what I said to you. Straight up trial the people them say. Right? I think I did have some more. So, based on all the feedback that I've been seeing, of trial people want. Now, we know that these things, these cases, can never be tried by the public. And they will not just be looking at how the masses feel about it. Right? It's a system that we have to go through. And I know that for a lot of people, we want this and we want that and we want the third. But we know that, right? Just a couple of things that I just decided to look at, right? So what is he looking for? Plea to manslaughter so that it is reduced. We understand that very well. You understand me? And so if they cannot prove intent to dirt him wife, if they cannot prove that, then the manslaughter may be the way to go. You understand me? Manslaughter accepts that a person caused a death without the legal intent required. Again, it's legal intent. It's not about whether, you will know for sure that he willfully, deliberately dirt her, because there is no way that you can marry to somebody, marry a woman, have children with that woman sleeping on your bed, a woman, beautiful woman, brilliant woman. You understand me? And you waited for the easiest way out. That's why I want to know, we said this man is a coward, This man took the easiest way out, or whoever else is involved, the easiest way out in the woman's sleep. You understand me? You push up the wrong rifle. You understand me? And you did what you did. And now, the mother of your children, they're under the ground. And now, big tall man like Jolyan Silvera, you live a very good life. before you were once a lawmaker till you become a lawbreaker, and what we hope to be soon to be convicted. Well, pretty much you convict yourself already because you plead guilty, right? Convicted criminal. You did this, but now when it comes down to it, you want the lesser crime. No, man, justice in Jamaica. And for those who came in late, I also referred to the story where Kamina Johnson Smith, she said that she has a problem with that man who in 2023 him went and him burned up him girlfriend. That man has been given 12 years. So we want to see better coming out of this. But what I am happy to hear is that the DPP hasn't yet made a decision. And I'm hoping that, because listen, man, if the DPP can send this go trial, this is going to be something. Again, folks, the case going to trial is no guarantee that they will be able to return the murder verdict that people might be looking for, right? But as we know, the plea must be it must be approved, and there must be a proper factual basis that satisfy what they'll be looking for. The plea must be voluntary, and we understand that, he's the one who gave his attorneys that instruction. The DPP, of course, must agree. So the DPP will be doing their own checks and balances on the situation. You understand me? So the judge has full discretion as to how they would want to deal with stuff like this. So what does a judge consider? Stuff like how the death occurred, use of a weapon, which was, in this case, in the most egregious way imaginable. How could he have loved that woman and did what he did? You have some man, may I tell you, so them a monster. I wonder if the man them no love woman. You understand me? They're going to look at the degree of violence, whether there was, provocation. I don't know what he would say as it relates to that. They're going to look at prior criminal record, and they're going to look at whether the accused pleaded guilty early. I don't believe he pleaded guilty early either, but it's not for me to decide. It's going to be for them to decide. You understand me? So, yeah, so I decided to just check Chat GPT like a lot of people for quick reference because the case was up on the same way. You see me? I say, okay, so MDL is letting us know that that person that dirted his girlfriend, that the girl was only 17 years old. So all these things are serious things to be considered. Somebody say he's a cruel scoundrel. Now, folks, I'm seeing 122 individuals in the room right now. I'm only seeing 49 likes. Excuse me. I'm only seeing 49 likes. You understand me? Go ahead and double tap your phone screen and get us to 100 likes. That should not be too much to ask. Double tap your phone screen and get us to 100 likes. Quick and fast, people. You see me? I said to you, let me see if this is the one I need right now.
Steady show in the morning and in the evening too. We play steady show in the morning and in the evening too. Yeah. This is Leather. Welcome to the Steady Show.
Share, and subscribe.
People are saying trial is what they need. You see me? I said to you. So if you don't like, let your voice, man, and big up, let your voice, now greet up the chat. If you don't like, let your real singer, you see him sound smooth like Dennis Brown and Luther. You understand me? Go ahead, let your get it.
The show in the morning and in the evening too. We play steady show in the morning and in the evening too. Yeah.
Big up, Lady
This is Leather. Welcome to the Steady Show.
Big up.
Share, and subscribe.
Elements Grill in the building. Big up yourself for the Elements Grill. Dre Views. I just made it 50 likes. Thank you very much. I'm seeing we're at 58 right now. 108 in the building. You saw me? I said to you. Somebody said they're just trying to get Golden to testify and the others involved. Golden, you think he would ever testify? Some people greening up the chat, some people clapping the door right now. Yes, I think that's good, that's smooth. You see me, I say, but back to what we're talking about, folks. It's very, very important that we keep the likes going. Thank you, wife style. Very, very important that we know where we are as it relates to this trial right here, so. And we don't want to sound like a broken record, but for those who are late again, we're saying that the DPP hasn't yet determined what is going to happen. But we know for Jamaica, we feel very emotional. We know that the man has the best lawyer on the case. Again, just like Kamina Johnson Smith. I don't like and I've said this, I've always said this. Big up yourself, Barbara Hayden, same way. I'm not always happy about, you know, what comes out of a lot of these cases after they go to trial and whatever. We are too lenient, you understand me? We have to be more serious. The penalties for these egregious crimes, they have to be more serious, or else we are going to be sending a wrong message. Anybody remember that situation with the man of a Portland named Beachy Stout? Right? Allegedly, Beachy Stout, I don't know if he was convicted in the dirting of his first wife, but from what we know, a two wife go down under that the man the hand. Right? Thank you, MDL, because somebody has to agree with that. Yeah? Two wife went under his hand. Right? And thankfully, he was found guilty for the last one, to the best of my knowledge. I'm not sure it was both. Right? So, and then, even more than that, was a situation with his own son in America. Everybody want to know about the Andreen McDonald and the Andre McDonald situation. Beachy Stout's son. You understand me? And the same thing that the father did, in dirting his wife, is the same thing the son ended up doing. Dirting wife. He's found guilty and him overseas right now. I deal with it. You understand me? And I remember when I literally started back the show, that was the first case that I actually looked at. I wish I could find something that addressed this particular situation. I'm looking for a particular video. Right? We want to see more stringent things come out of these cases. And we have some other ladies to remember.
Sharon Cole is chopped to pieces by a man who asks her for drinks. She buys it. He shows his gratitude. She does not respond, and then, machete into skin, red, white, flesh, blood spurts on the cold Clarendon ground because of the folly of one man, and then he gets to scream insanity? Tracy and Senior and Anika Carter were warned, do not attend the funeral. Family or foe, do not go, do not pay your last respects, because if you do, you will earn your death. And please do not wear black or mourn or cry, and remember not to show up or you will die. Anika did not heed the warning. Tracy Ann did not hear the calling of the Uzis and Berettas in the morning. Bullet spray, wipe, clean, rip through flesh. These ladies paid for respect. Lesson? Next time, listen? Nikisha Gallic-Healing was cut to pieces in her sleep by the man she sleeps with. The same 70-year-old man this 29-year-old woman decided to share her life with. The same one who impregnated her in high school can now scream raging jealousy and take Gally from the woman she was meant to be and remove from the world a mother and orphan the child he is supposed to father? Or crimes are ingenious and inventive, or murderers are elusive and non-redemptive. We are wicked and repulsive. Jamaica will never get better until crimes against women stop. It is hopeless until crime stops.
Yes, indeed. So it needs to stop. Yes, MDL. MDL, one thing with MDL. Anytime my wife do anything for the show, MDL always I pick it up. So my wife did that on the show like 4 years ago when we were doing other things, you know? Because this thing was just so rampant in the country. And those were some of them that I usually follow these cases. You understand me? So at the time we wrote that, so I just felt that I would do that. You know what I mean? Just to remind people that it's a very serious thing. Like, I don't get it. I don't feel. Man, let me talk about some things that these things trigger for somebody like me, right? One of the problems with us sometimes as Jamaica people is that we don't have no empathy towards one another, right? If things don't happen to we, our people who are close to us, such as our family members and our friends and our neighbors and our co-workers, sometimes we hear about serious things that happen and we just don't take it as serious. You understand what I said to you? I wish that we instead of going out to protest, both them a hire Dennis Strong for clearly uncover corruption in a PNP. I wish PNP would show that they care about the Jamaican people and go ahead and make sure that they stage protests for, you know, the lives of the ladies that have been lost. And we know that they do things from time to time, but the truth of the matter is that there needs to be an even more serious approach. Thank you very much, FDL. That is her line of things. You understand me? So, yeah. But we need to be more serious about how we approach these things. And so for me, I would want to see the DPP reject, you know, the whole manslaughter thing and something. And one of the reasons why you want this to happen to, you know, is that this man was a member of parliament. This man was a lawmaker at one point. The man sat in our parliament. Where was he MP for Western St. Mary or something like that? Right? If me no lie, I think that I in a TV man place. I could be wrong. You see me I said to you? By the way, a long time I know you for a TV man. I wonder if I should call TV man right now. I wonder what TV man I say. Let me see if I can get TV man. If you tell me if I in a film place this go on. You understand? We go try TV man I hear with TV man. If he's available. Let's try and reach the great TV man. You understand me? Wait, this now ring? This now ring. Call the great TV man, make him talk to it. No, this now ring. Alright, let me try another one. Can't try the one here. Make we save TV man today. Alright, so we're not getting TV man. You understand me? But it would be nice to get him tonight to come and tell me if TV man is Central St. Mary. Thank you very much. Correction is always good for the soul. You understand me? TV man is Central St. Mary. Okay, thank you very much. I got that. But family, for me, the conversation tonight on this matter would ask, because, you know, it's one thing to hear it and we can feel and, you know, we can anticipate, you know, what may come out of it or what we want to come out of it. But when things like this happen, my big fear is this. Knowing how the law operates and knowing that sometimes when you have what you call a good lawyer in this case, that a good lawyer could return a verdict that could result in serious injustice for the people, right? I don't think that's ever a good thing. Let me see if I can disconnect this thing. and see if I can probably catch TV man somehow. All right, so I do that. Let me try again. Why is this phone not working with me? Why is the phone not working with me? Let's do this. Let's try this. Oh, so the phone has styled me this evening, so clearly but I get TV man. But listen to me. Anybody want to weigh in on the issue? You understand me? Anybody want to weigh in on this issue? If you have any perspective or point of view, I'll probably give it a chance to call tonight and let me know what you think. If not, then I'll be closing soon. Because one thing I don't like to do, I don't just like to sit around and speculate as to what is going to happen. No, I like to know the steps, because all me I think about now is that, you know what? She's gone already. She now gonna return. You understand me? So anybody, if you don't have any legal mind or whatever, you can call the Steady Show at 876 on WhatsApp. You can call at 876 251 3028. If you don't want to do that, you probably can go ahead and send a voice note at just about your thoughts on this whole thing, especially in light of the fact that the DPP has decided that, they have not yet decided to accept TV man's hear about TV man. Sorry about that. Accept Jolyan Silvera's plea. You understand me? So if you want to go ahead and call me, you can do that. If not, then I will be wrapping up this conversation very, very soon. Let me read some comments while we wait. You understand me? Oh, some people are still saying good night to the Steady. Big up to Elijah. Bless up yourself, man. Happy New Year. You see what I say? Somebody said, please double tap the screen. Leave my friend TV, man. How your friend? TV, man. And we know that Jolyan Silvera is umbrella man. We said that earlier on. Electro. You understand me? So it's gonna be very interesting. Some people say no manslaughter can come out of this. This has to be MURDER, but we don't get to determine that. So generally, this is what happens. Anytime you see a case pop up and it is in the hands of the law, we could talk all we want. They will be the ones who decide. So that is the reason why the other day when Bird Samuels run out and said, listen to me, you need to apologize to Dwayne Vaz. Miss Chang need to apologize to Dwayne Vaz by Friday. Well, she didn't wait on that, right? She responded Thursday and said, we're not apologizing. Of course, she used her PNP lawyer, right? Since then, everything just squashed down, right? So the news gave us something this evening, and I want us to watch this case closely, because sometimes these people have a way to navigate these cases all the way down to the point where by the time some penalties are issued, you have to look at it as an injustice, because as old-time people that said nothing no come out of it, right? So we want to see an example being made. The other day, we were happy to see that, Donaldson's family, they finally got some justice, right? The DPP returned that guilty verdict. The head of the police association, coming all the way from PNP days, found guilty same way. So now that we understand that, we have a work, and not that the former DPP was a work, because I love the former DPP, but I like that this DPP is on a roll. So we're saying, DPP, you have one job to do in this case, and we are waiting. We are waiting. But I also want us to trust that if the DPP decides to accept the plea, I'm sure, just believe and trust that the DPP has very valid reasons for doing so. Because again, as I always said on this show, it is not what happened, it's what you're able to prove. There is a reason they decided to clean up the crime scene, even though that in and of itself is a crime, right? The removal of evidence. So the DPP also has that on her side, or on the country's side, all right? But it will be all things considered situation. Let's hear what the people are saying. Well, steady, we still have our rights to think and talk. Yeah, man, I'm not telling the people not to talk. I am not saying you're not supposed to talk. I'm saying we don't want to talk ourselves into being so confident about what's going to come out of the situation that we forget that when the matter is in the hands of the law. You remember how we were all sure that O.J. Simpson would be found guilty? Anybody remember that case there? One of the biggest upsets in the history of verdicts. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Johnny Cochran, everybody remember that case. Me even remember the other lawyer, Chris Darden, right? If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. So we want to talk about it, but what I attempt to do on these shows, Elements Grill, is that when I open these conversations, I don't just come and talk about what I want to see and not just about what, the people watching they want to see. We want to talk about that too, but it puts us also in a position where we understand the reality that, listen, somebody could take the life of your dearest loved one. Somebody could take your life or anybody's life, my life, anybody's life, for that reason. And, due to legal maneuverings in the court of law, they could get away with it and not pay the full penalty. They could walk free. Enough people like that they are road today. So we want to see something better coming out of our high courts, right? Elijah says, if the point to prove MURDER is difficult, the DPP is going to accept the manslaughter deal. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, Elijah. If anybody disagrees, so if anybody have any thoughts, listen, in situations like this, maybe you have something you can teach me, or maybe there's something you can help us to see. Maybe you have a legal background or stuff such as that. When we have these conversations, I like it when we have, open conversations and we look at the situation forward. The boy said, no, steady, but then can't accept no manslaughter, man, because what you know, boom, bam, boom. And I say, oh, me never think about that. That's how I learn. I'm an open learner. You see me, I say? So somebody else say, yes, steady. Him was there. You understand me? OJ was speculation. Okay, interesting case. Interesting point of view. Wasn't even looking at that. But what I was looking at was the issue as it relates to the verdict that was returned. We expected him to be found guilty. He was not found guilty, right? So in this particular case, all may I say is, based on the track record of the DPP so far, and remember, when it gets to this place, the family members, they also get to come with statements. I don't remember what the statements are called. You understand me? But they get to also enter their own statements on the matter. And I believe that all of these things are considered, you understand me, before now it is determined where they're going to go with it. But for now, we will just, my attorney at law usually say, what we do right now is we wait. So we are waiting to see what's going to come out of it. So family, we did an hour tonight almost. I should run away before it's done. Thank you so much for watching the Steady Show. Have a good night. Bless up with yourself.